I'm gonna start the video with a very casual Labyrinth run. It might look like I'm going really hardcore, but it's not. I really want to say that I'm just running it for like an enchant. So before we get started, I just want to mention that I pretty much started running Lab April 14th. So I'm rank 4 on April 14th. So it's been a good 6 days. Or wait, no, 8 days. So a little bit over a week since I started. And yeah, let's get started with the run. So for this video's purposes, I actually have sound turned back on. Normally, if I want to be competitive, because load time is included, I don't run with sound when I run Labyrinth normally, simply because it doesn't reflect my skill, and I want the time that's recorded to reflect my skill as much as possible. So to minimize load time, I play with no sound. But today, because I'm making a video, I'm playing with sound. So let's get started. There's a technique that I do where I put whirling blades on a keyboard. So in my case it says F12, but the F12 key is actually rebinded to my cap locks key. And the technique I do is I hold it down, and then the moment I feel like I'm about to get caught on something, I will pretty much mash movement and leap slam. So what that does is it kind of option selects my movement skills. And when that happens, you minimize the time that your character stands and does nothing. So there, we're at first trial, and it seems like I'm going really fast, and like, to be honest, I can't actually keep up with myself. And that's because I am going that fast. So oftentimes I have to like stop blinking and just react. So that's what's really cool about Labyrinth. Like, no longer am I predicting and positioning myself to stay safe. I have to react to my movement speed, react to taking trap damage and quickly potting, and react to navigating my character. So it gets really intense if you're trying to beat your personal best, and it gets really fun. And certain maps, like the prison layout, becomes really difficult, and that's great. I mean, like, it's difficult content, but it's difficult content if you choose to make it difficult for yourself. So right now, you'll hear me mashing, and it's because I'm trying to use my technique to the fullest extent. And a funny story is, yesterday when I was doing lab runs and pushing as for the fastest time, that personally, my personal fastest time, I got kicked from the server on one of my better runs because my adrenaline went up and I started mashing harder, and I got kicked for sending too many commands. So maybe GG can like up that limit, because I don't know, it happened to me more than once, and it usually happens on the good runs. So okay, I got a really bad layout. So here, this is some randomized RNG that GGG really needs to fix for competitive running. Like, I have to backtrack. Either take out the backtrack, or if you want this layout to, like, if you want to showcase this trap, that trap in particular cost me about like 10 seconds. If you want to showcase that trap and then make people learn that trap layout, fine, but you need to fix the seed for it so that it doesn't randomize and ruin runs. So I got lieutenants. Okay, so basically I got 2 good spawns today for the Exile trials. So why do I say it's good? Because the moment I force Exile under the health pool requirement, he will like instantly go into the phase transition. That's why it's good. There are trials such as gargoyles and the conduits where you have to click, where you have to wait for the next one to stand up before he decides to go home. So that's really bad. So I feel like GGG should make it so that the other like gargoyles and conduits function the same way, so that DPS check or maximizing your DPS as well becomes part of the speedrunning aspect of it. Unfortunately, today I didn't have secret passages, so I couldn't really talk about that. But the randomized secret layouts are pretty unsatisfying as well, because there have been times where like either the secret passage spawns in a different place or it doesn't spawn at all, and then when you take the passage, you end up either even further away from the intended exit or right beside the intended exit. So that amount of randomization, I can showcase it on this day, April 19th, where it was the second trial. So the secret passage occurs on the second trial, and then what happens is you get placed either right beside or even further away from the exit, if as compared to if you didn't take the secret passage at all. So it was a really huge gamble. So the first coin flip was, did the secret passage spawn? Second coin flip is, I take the passage, where am I? Am I further away or am I right beside the exit? And then basically the 2-minute difference is probably the combination of perfect trap layout and being placed beside the exit. So I feel like if GGG wants to make Labyrinth running slightly more consistent, they should fix certain elements, such as trap layouts that make you backtrack should be a fixed seed for that map, and secret passages should also be fixed in a general location. It shouldn't send you to the top right of the map or the bottom left of the map. Other than that, that's about it. The pacing of the Labyrinth running is exceptionally fast. If you put the time and effort to learn the layouts, you can pretty much enchant. If you can't enchant at the level that I do it on this video, it's totally fine, because you can probably do it sub 6 minutes, sub 5 minutes, definitely, if you have a character that is attack based and you just want to do some labyrinth enchants. All you have to do really is respec out of some of the life nodes, get around 4.5k life, and get as much attack speed as possible. And if you pass by some move speed nodes, pick those up as well. And essentially, if you can't afford a 6-link chest, grab a Tabulo and go ham on Izaro. Get some good enchants, get like this earthquake reduction, get like I believe I have a spark one as well. Here's my +2 spark. I mean, it's not hard, and it's I guess the best comparison I can do is like if you guys play Diablo 2, imagine doing bail runs over and over and over again. Conceptually, it seems boring and stupid, but when you actually do it, it's like, I could do this all day. So it's gotten to the point where I actually prefer lab running than mapping right now. And obviously this is my own personal opinion, and you're entitled to your own, but do give Labyrinth a decent try, and don't go into the content feeling like, oh shit, I have to do like 6 more times, or after finishing normal and I'm gonna die and have to restart. If you die, it's just you died to something, and you should learn a lesson from it. And if you don't know what's going on, I think the best option for you is to set up shadow play if you're using NVIDIA card or some kind of video capture while you're playing, so you can study and learn how you died. yeah, and that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next time.